her blue is not in her.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic would be about using direct and indirect speech. That's the fifth module for the first quarter. Kasi, for the fourth quarter, what did we discuss last time, grade 7? What module was that?
Four
Module
po.
4 po.
And what's the title of
Naririnig
that?
ko?
Past.
Simple past and past perfect tenses po.
Tanong mo ba
Simple,
yan?
simple past and past perfect. Now, people, we will be discussing using direct and indirect speech. Okay? What's with the static? When you say direct speech, we haven't discussed this yet. Tama ba? Naririnig ba ako ng malinaw?
Opo, sir.
Ayan. So, yun. When you say direct speech, parang you're witnessing something with you as the primary witness of something. Like, for example, you're seeing Carlo eating the cake. You will just say, Carlo, or you saw Carlo as the one who ate the cake. Then you would say, Carlo ate the cake. So, that's a direct speech. Pero pag indirect speech, you would say, the cake was eaten by Carlo. Or for example, I ate the cake. So direct speech siya. Pero pag indirect speech, you would say na the cake was eaten by Carlo. Nire-report mo. The other term for indirect speech is a reported speech. Kasi nga, nire-report mo siya. It's as if you're like sharing it to other people. Ganon. So let's go here, people. Quarter 1, Module 5, using direct and indirect speech. So here, syempre wala na yan. Dito lang tayo. Mhm. Okay. Ano yung mga objectives ng module na to? Number 1, you will transform direct speech to indirect speech. So, kunyari, yung parang kanina, yung direct speech natin, I ate or Carlo ate the cake. So, pag magiging indirect speech siya, sasabihin nyo, the cake was baked by Carlo or the cake was eaten by Carlo. So, binabago mo siya, ginagawa mo siyang reported speech. Pero, as you do so, nagbabago din yung tense. Kasi kunyari, dun sa una, Carlo ate the cake. Simple past yun, di ba? Pero pag ginawa mo na siyang the cake was eaten by Carlo, ano yung was eaten? Di ba ano yun? Participial yung eaten. Or pag di ba yung mga verbs nagtatapos sa en or sa n, pero may times na d or ed, ano yun? Naka-participial form. Kunyari, eaten, written, ganun. Eaten, halimbawa, yun. So, yung mga the cake was eaten by Carlo, indirect speech yun. So, pag-aaralan natin yung pag-convert nun dito.
Alam ko pinag-aaralan
Tapos,
na namin to eh. So much.
kaya nga feeling ko rin na pag-aralan na natin to. Sigurado ba kayong ito yung aaralin natin? Or baka sinagutan nyo lang, kaya feeling ninyo, naaral nyo na. Tama ba? Tapos hindi pa natin na-discuss. Tama ba? Grade 7.
Parang sir, na-discuss na po natin yun eh.
Tignan nga natin yung mga sasagutan kung na-discuss na. Kunyari ito, I want to visit this place, Diane said to me. So, kapag i-report natin siya, Diane told me that she wanted to visit that place. May ganito bang sample nung nakaraan? Yes or no? May kausap ba tayo?
No, sir.
Wala. Meron ba or wala? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Na-discuss na to last time?
Di pa po, sir.
O hindi pa. Kasi sa English, yung mga topics are related with one another. Baka yung topic na na-discuss natin last time, related dito. Kaya sa tingin ninyo, ito na yung na-discuss natin, not realizing na iba pa pala ito. So, let's continue, people. Ayan. Number 2, use the
Number
other
two, wish.
the
Sorry.
the other way around. Turning an indirect or a reported speech to a direct statement. Kunyari, meron kayo nakitang statement, the cake was eaten by Carlo. So gagawin niyo siyang direct speech. As if parang kayo yung naka-witness ng statement. So sasabihin niyo na Carlo ate the cake. So ganun lang siya. Pero ang tanong kasi dito, from what tense to what tense? And from what structure to what structure. I mean, of course, you would maintain, not really that you would maintain the tense eh. Magbabago ang tense. Kaya nga may past perfect tsaka simple past na diniscuss last time. It's logical na yun ang mauunang i-discuss bago to actually. Tapos, at the same time, yung structure dapat nating aralin. If you can show yourselves to the camera, it's way better. So I would know also your reactions. If bandwidth is not an issue on your end, people, okay? So I can see yourselves to the camera as well. Okay? Show yourselves, people. Let's continue. Okay? And second point, nakagat ko yun dito ko. Okay? Again, use direct and indirect speech in expressing ideas. For example, you would like to say something. You witnessed something and then you would like to say or to share that to other people. Or you would like to share something that you know to other people. Then your knowledge of direct and indirect speech would help you. Okay? Taas ng camera, baba natin. Ayan. Nanonood ba kayo ng ng Teacher JMESL?
Opo.
Na, naturo ko na yata tong topic na to sa sa YouTube. May
Yes, sir.
video ako
Turo mo
nagawa.
na po.
Nanonood ba kayo? Baka naman hindi kayo nanonood. 'Di ba sabi ko sa inyo, panoorin ninyo from 001 to 100 plus. Para marami tayong watch hours, hindi joke lang. Syempre ayan tignan nyo to, guys. Naturo ko na kasi yan dito. Anong number 'yon? Kung naturo ko na.
Ang dami, mami.
Oo, lahat to rules sa English to. Pinapaliwanag ko ng Tagalog. Ginawa ko talaga to para sa inyo. Nasaan yung dito? Yung active to passive voice. Meron ba tayo dito? Ay, hindi ko pa yata nagagawa ng topic to ah. Hindi ko pa pala nagagawa ng topic to. So mabuti, magagawa natin ng topic ngayon. Tsaka recording tayo ngayon. Okay, so let's go back. Nasaan na yun? Ay, hindi yan. Ito. Ayan. Wait lang. May klase akong isa dito.
Miss ko.
Papa-picture daw. Ayan. May isa akong klase dito. So, ay ganun talaga ngayon, 'di ba? Sabay-sabay yung mga klase ninyo. Okay. Ayan. Tago ko na yung camera ko. Ayan, let's go now. Number 1, I want to visit this place, Diane said to me. Guys, tignan nyo yung gamit ng quotation marks. Ito yung mga open quotation marks, tapos close quotation mark. Kapag kaganyan yung statement, Van Irwin pala. Sa ibang bansa kasi yung VW parang Volkswagen basa natin, pero sa iba, ang basa nila doon, Volkswagen. So, tama ba? Nandiyan si Peyton, di ba? Peyton, are you there in the house?
Yes, sir.
How do you pronounce this word? I need to be sure though. Like, how do you pronounce this?
Volkswagen. Volkswagen.
Are you sure?
Volkswagen.
Sure or not? Are you sure?
WSB, so like Volkswagen.
Kasi this is how you should pronounce it. Kasi in another country, it's a different way around.
Volkswagen.
O, di ba?
Volkswagen.
So, parang yung B may pagka-F, yung W may pagka-V. So, again, pakinggan ninyo.
Volkswagen.
O, di ba? Narinig nyo ba? Or ako lang nakarinig? Guys, narinig nyo ba?
Yes po, sir.
Oh, di nag-agree kayo. Tingnan pa natin sa isa ha.
Volkswagen.
Narinig nyo?
Volkswagen.
So ito, may pagka-F, yung W may pagka-V. So, nung nakita ko yung pangalan ni Erwin kanina, nasan yung pangalan niya? Erwin. Parang pagkabasa ko para Erwin. Ayan. So, sa ibang bansa, iba yung pronunciation ng ganyang pangalan. 'Di ba? So, balik na tayo. So, yon, wala pa pala tayong lesson yan sa Teacher JMESL. So, gawa tayo niyan. I want to visit this place, Diane said to me. So ang tawag natin dito, ito yung quoted, ay, nagalaw yata. Ito yung quoted statement ni Diane. Ibig sabihin, ito yung sinabi niya in verbatim. Pag sinabi nating verbatim, ibig sabihin word by word or word per word. Halimbawa, may sinabi akong sinabi mo. Kapag sasabihin ko yung sinabi mo at wala akong babaguhin doon, and I will, and isusulat ko siya, so lalagyan ko ng open and close quotation marks. Parang ibig sabihin nun, wala akong binago sa sinabi. Magpakita nga kayo sa camera, people, para may idea ako. Meron na ba? Walang nagpapakita ng camera. Ayan. Pakita kayo ng camera. Ayan. Si Palmos lang may camera. Tsaka si Gonzales. Ayan. So let's go back, people. So yung dito, I want to visit this place, Diane said to me. Ito yung sinabi ni Diane in verbatim. Ano ulit yung verbatim, Van Irvin? Ba't nag-type? Wala bang microphone? Wala ba kayong microphone?
Meron po, sir.
So, ano ulit yung verbatim? Ha? Ibig sabihin, yung mismong salita, wala kang binagong salita. Kino-quote mo or sinasabi mo yung sinabi ng isang tao word by word or word per word. Okay? Next. Saan ang tamang sagot dito? Sabi dito, pipiliin daw natin yung walang itatransfer, i-convert yung direct speech sa indirect speech. Tsaka kabaligtaran. Tapos sabi dito, piliin daw natin yung tama. So, I want to visit the place, Diane said to me. So, syempre magsisimula tayo sa Diane told me that she wanted to visit that place. Hindi mo sasabihin, hindi mo sasabihin, hindi. Kasi di ba yung she, tumutukoy siya kay Diane. Pag sinabi mo naman na that I wanted, hindi ikaw yung tinutukoy dyan, magbabago yung message. Hindi rin naman day. Kasi nga isipin mo, sino ba tinutukoy dito? Si Diane. So dapat ang pronoun natin ay she. So ganun ang gagawin nyo for numbers 1 to 10. To 15 pala. Nagkakaintindihan? Last time I told you, sabi ko sa inyo, sagutan nyo na to. Para pag may questions kayo, I can answer. May tanong ba kayo sa 1 to 15 na gusto ninyong sagutin natin? Hindi ako nagbibigay ng bonus items sa ang ginagawa ko, pinapaliwanag ko yung paano siya gawin part by part, tsaka paano yung rule, yung basic rule. Pero in terms sa pagsagot ng kompleto, ay nakasalalay sa inyo. Ano pa ang tanong ninyo sa numbers 1 to 15, grade 7? Meron bang mga katanungan? Kung wala kayong tanong, ako magtatanong. Tawag tayo. Wala kayong tanong ako magtatanong ha. Andre Maben. Andre Maben, nandyan ka ba? Andre. Pag hindi sumagot, ikikik natin. Hindi, joke lang. Si Peyton na lang. Peyton, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you show yourself to the camera and lahat, everyone, show yourself to the camera, people. Peyton, I can't see you. Yeah, now we can see you. Okay. Peyton, can you answer number 2?
Time is gold. Ariane told me a long time ago. Ariane told me a long time ago that time was gold.
Okay, very good. So time is gold, Orion told me a long time ago. But because that's a long time ago that it happened, that Orion told you about it, then you would use was as the be verb for that. In English, we have 5 be verbs, diba? Is, are, was, were, be, tsaka been. 6 pala. Is, are, was, were, tsaka be, tsaka been. So in this case, we're using was to denote that the action happened in the past. The event took place in the past. Okay, are we clear with that, grade 7? Naiintindihan ba? Oh, very good, Peyton. Tingnan nga natin if you really understood it. Let's call on Van Irvin Gonzalez. Van, can you please answer number three?
Lori say, I prefer to read books over sports.
Okay, that's the statement. Then how can you turn it to an indirect? Hindi, to a direct speech. Kasi indirect yan eh, Tori says. Okay. Paano mo siya gagawing direct? Alam mo, tricky yung mga items dito. Paano mo sasagutin to, Van? Kayo, sabi ko sa inyo, magtanong kayo. Pag may tanong kayo, nanguhuli lang ako eh. Oh. Van,
B. Lori says that she preferred to read books over sports.
okay. May papaliwanag ako dito. Pag sinabi nyo kasing says at hindi sad ang ginamit dito, pwede kasi itong pwede itong nasa simple present nang ibig sabihin habitual. Ibig sabihin, lagi niyang sinasabi. Kasi yun naman ang purpose ng simple present eh. So Flory says, I prefer to read books over sports. We may have an idea na laging sinasabi ni Flory yan. Ngayon, dahil yan ay nasa simple present, kapag ka ito, simple present mo, Flory says that she preferred. For me, if you have other questions, answers, let me know. It would be Flory says that she prefers to read books over sports. Kasi hindi pa naman natapos eh. Ang habitual action is something that happens, something that takes place or happens habitually or at a definite point. Habitually, not really at a definite point of time. Kasi if you would say at a definite point of time, it's only one point in a timeline. But when we say that it happens now and then, it happens continuously or it happens habitually, it is so kasi it is simple present. Remember last time that we discussed or that I told you people, in English we have 12 tenses. Simple past, simple present, simple future, progressive, present progressive, future progressive, past perfect progressive, present perfect progressive, future perfect progressive, tsaka past perfect, present perfect, tsaka future perfect. So may 12 tenses tayo in English. So bawat isa dito, we need to understand and we must really be able to use it appropriately if you would like to communicate with other people. And that's my take here that it should be letter A here. Given that in the statement, it's in simple present eh. And we cannot say that it only happened once and that it took place in the past. Because if we would say that Flory says, it means to say that every time you see Flory or like for example, every day, at a certain point of time, within a week or within a year or within a certain time length, Flory does this always. Okay? That she tells people that she prefers to read books over sports. Do you understand that? Grade 7? Nagkakaintindihan po ba tayo? Hello? Grade 7? Nagigets ba yon? Okay. Basta, ang pinaka dapat yung tandaan sa direct tsaka indirect speech, pag direct speech, nagsisimula ka doon sa ang nasa subject possession mo, kasi dalawa lang yun eh, yung object, okay, o yung pinag-uusapan. So, binabaliktad siya or twist. Halimbawa, I ate the cake, yung object nandun sa dulo. So, direct speech yun. Pero pag sinumulan niyo sa object, the cake was eaten by a certain person, then yung object inuuna mo. Indirect yun or reported speech. Okay. Let's go to the next part. Nagets nyo on number 4. Gets nyo ba yung 1 to 15? Ba? Tatawag ulit ako ah. Okay. Carl Vincent. Carl? Can you answer, Carl?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, Carl, can you answer number 4?
Letter C po.
The children said that they would join the choir on Sunday. Okay. Ang would talaga, ginagamit yan to denote a futurity in the past. Yung parang future na action siya, pero past na. So the children said that they would join the choir on Sunday. Tama naman to. Pero, ang nakikita ko dito, dapat, the children had said that they would join. Parang ganun dapat. Kasi yung said dito, hindi siya din dapat simple past sa reported speech or indirect speech eh. Dapat maging ano siya. Dapat maging past perfect siya. Kaya nga yung una nating diniscuss yung simple past and past perfect eh. Nagigets nyo ba ako? Sinong may strong understanding sa tenses sa inyo? Wala, meron ba? Pag strong yung understanding nyo sa tenses, dapat yung said dito maging had said. Kasi yan yung maunang mangyari bago yung that they would join the choir on Sunday. So ganun, had said that they would join the choir on Sunday. Pero syempre, multiple choice to, so pipili mo yung best answer, letter C. Gets nyo? Ayan. Kaya mga modules natin, sa tingin ko dapat nating ayusin yung ibang items, no? Number 5, what is your purpose in coming here? Lando ask us. So what's your answer? Tawag tayo, people. Let's call on Andre Maben. Andre?
Sir?
Yes, and can you show yourself to the camera, Andre? And like the many other people here in this chat room, to show
Wait lang po,
yourselves.
sir.
Sure, Andre. Take your take your time. Are you good now? I can't see you, Andre. We can't see you. Andre?
Wait lang, sir. Ito na po.
Ayan. Andre, can you please read the 5th item?
What is your purpose in coming here? Lando asked.
Okay, what's your purpose in coming here? Lando asked. What's your answer?
A, sir?
Letter A, Lando asked us what your purpose was in coming here. Eh di ba he asked us, tinanong niya tayo. So kailangan ma-maintain natin yung message. So Lando asked us, Andre, what our purpose was in coming here. What our purpose was in coming here. So dapat our to kasi as yung tinutukoy, di ba? Tama ba, Andre?
Yes, sir.
So magiging ganun yung gagawin ninyo. Ang dami ko ng samples ha. Gagawin niyo yung numbers 1 to 15. Is that clear, Peyton and friends? Peyton, were you able to understand how to answer it?
Yes, sir.
No, no. Did you say no, Peyton?
No, I said yes, sir.
What?
I said yes.
Okay, you said yes. Oh, that's good. Peyton said yes. Okay. So, direct and indirect way speeches, diba? Okay. So if you do have questions, like what I told you last time, I told you to answer the module beforehand. The purpose for me telling you to do that is if ever you answered the module for which I told you to do so, and you encountered or you have questions as you answered the module, then you can actually raise it at this point of time. Diba? So that's really the purpose of me asking you to do the module beforehand, before our session. Kaya I'm asking you, do you have questions here? Because if you're good with this, then we proceed to the next part, which we'll do now. Kasi di ba you're not asking for that one. So dito naman, if you read this, you'll have a better understanding what direct and indirect speeches are. Di ba dapat direct and indirect speeches? O Peyton, ano tama dito sa tingin mo? Direct and indirect speech ba o direct and indirect speeches? Peyton,
Can you repeat the question?
you see here speech, di ba?
Yeah.
So, Do you think it should be direct and indirect speech or direct and indirect speeches?
Sir,
What's
I
your
don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't
So,
remember my English lesson.
mm, for me, my take for this one, when I was writing books actually for this one, I thought of like using speeches for this. Kasi direct speech is one, indirect speech is another. So joining the two, I thought it would be speeches. Kasi di ba the plural of speech is speeches. Like plural of speech. Let's search for that. Unfortunately, my computer is like taking, di ba the plural of speech is speeches? Oh. So I thought it should be speeches. Ganon. Na-share ko lang naman sa inyo. At this point, you're going to learn and develop a new skill in your language journey, and you will discover along the way how direct and indirect speech function as you engage yourself in reading and other tasks provided here. You will then be equipped with a tool to allow you to become effective in conveying your ideas, whether through spoken or written language. So basically, if you will go over this, people, you will have an idea paano ba ginagawa siya, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng direct speech? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng direct speech at indirect speech, and how can I turn a direct one indirect one and vice versa. So dito nyo siya malalaman, okay? So ito. Think of a li- hmm. So ito yung mga tenses natin sa English, pero kulang to. Remember, we have 12 tenses in English. Ang kulang dito ay kasi progressive, perfect, simple. Wala tong perfect progressive. Yun yung yun yung pang-apat niya dito. 'Di ba? So dapat alam natin 'yun. Okay? Oh, ayan. Parang sa module ninyo, susulat niyo lang to dito. 'Di ba? Task, pronoun, and connector hunt. So pronouns are words that are substitute for nouns. So, yun, halimbawa, Carlo is my friend. He is my friend. Yung he doon, pronoun yun. Okay? Yun. So, personal pronouns, ano to? Ano to? Parang proper nouns. Okay? Okay, we're good with that. So, dito, you will write 5 lines that use personal pronouns. So, isip kayo ng 5 personal pronouns and use it in a sentence. Or use these in a sentence. Hindi ko makita. Sir, late na po ako, nahirapan po ako pumasok. Just find Bermudo. Okay? Yan. May note sa teacher. What's new? So you will identify positive traits dito. Tapos, you will cross out. Like for example, can you see one? Caring. Pag caring, lalagyan nyo lang to ng ng line. Pero kailangan ma-identify nyo yung lahat ng words. Syempre hindi lang caring yan, marami pa. Tulad halimbawa ng understanding. Pero pagilid pa lang yun. Pero kapag kapababa, may nakikita ba kayo ng straight line, I mean, ano ba ang vertical and horizontal? Ano ba yung pataas doon? Horizontal yung pataas, tama ba? Wait, search natin. Para we are sure. Pag horizontal line, pa ganon, vertical line pa ganon. So, tingin tayo ng vertical line na na sagot. May nakikita ka ba kayo sa vertical line? People? May nakikita ba kayo sa Pwede kayo magsalita. Guys, may nakikita ba kayo? Module 5, Bermudo. O basta yun, i-identify niyo yung mga positive characteristics dito, okay? Next, matchmaker. So write the number corresponding to the answer in column B. So yung sagot dito. So something that completes. Kunyari, ang sagot dyan, complement. Lalagay niyo yung number 5 dito. Sa second item, a territory where one rules. Ano yun? Ano yung territory where one rules? Ano kaya yun dito?
Domain po.
Domain? Who said that?
Del Castello po.
Oh, let's check. An area of territory owned or controlled by a ruler. Wow. Del Castello must be good, no? Can I see you in camera, Del Castello?
Google.
Can I see you, Del Castello? Parang natatakot kayo makita ko kayo. Okay. Features of Del Castello, show yourself to the camera. Features of myth and legend, mga katangian ng mito at saka ng mga alamat. So, characters possess superhuman abilities. Ito yung mga, ayun, they may be a human, an object, or a god taking the form of a human. Tama yun. Yun yung mga mito at saka alamat talaga, di ba? Setting as geographical and cultural significance. Totoo din yun. Ibig sabihin, pinapakita niya yung culture nating mga Pilipino. Tapos, the plot contains a lot of actions kung saan yung hero deals with almost impossible obstacles or yung mga may hirap na mga pagsubok. Tapos, ang purpose ng myth or legend is to explain a natural phenomenon. Tapos, the story may not be real at the ending. Pwedeng hindi siya totoo. Naintindihan ba yon? Grade 7? Grade
Yes
7?
po,
Okay.
sir.
Sa
Yes po,
selection na
sir.
to, meron tayo ditong How the World Began. O yun. So, babasahin ko to sa inyo ha. Tapos, ang haba naman. Basahin ko to sa inyo ha. Okay. How the World Began. Paano ba nagsimula ang world? Chris Ezekiel Asi. How do you think the world began? Paano kaya sa tingin mo nagsimula yung mundo? Chris. 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 Are you there? Magpakita nga sa camera, ang daming naka-AFK away from keyboard yata tong mga to. O sige, pag walang camera, absent ha, pag nag-check tayo ng attendance. Okay? Ang dami nating nga absent, wala silang mga camera. Ayan. O, absent yung mga ha. O, patingin nga, patingin. Ayan. Si Chris din, absent na bali si Chris. Ayan. Patingin nga. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris. Asi. Ayan. Nalalaman ko kung present or hindi. Baka. O Bermudo na lang. Bermudo, anong hairstyle yan? Nas maka F4 ah. Ganda ng buhok niya. Anong buhok yan, Bermudo? Ganda ng buhok na ganyan na. Parang gusto kong magganyan ng buhok. Bermudo, where are you? Nawala si Bermudo. Pag tinatawag, nagdi-disconnect no? Tapos babalik na lang pagka hindi na tinatawag. No? Sino kayang pwede nating tawagin? Si Bermudo. Bakit Zoom English yung profile picture niya dyan? Bermudo, show yourself to the camera. Okay. Dahil hindi nagpapakita si Bermudo, absent na siya. Joke. Okay, Bermudo. Chris, Asi.
Kailangan ko na lang.
Oo nga, show yourself to the camera, Asi. Asi? Chris? Asi?
Kaya ko na lang po sa akin.
Okay. So si Chris Palmos na lang. Palmos. How do you think the world began?
Kasi po siguro, sir, God created the world.
Okay. Maybe God created the world like in the book of Genesis, 'di ba? In the Bible. Of the Christian Bible, 'di ba? Parang parang sa Saint James, ano ba 'yun? Saint James version ba 'yun? 'Di ba may version yung Bible? So, yung mga Baptists are very very much into that, okay? Oh, walang camera daw sa Ruby May. Padala ng camera sa Shopee yan. Di joke lang. Okay. How the world began. So listen, people. Once upon a time, a powerful God ruled the universe. He had sons and daughters who were also endowed with powers, and each was given a world to govern. Of all his children, his twin sons possessed special powers. Rabbi has the power to see in the dark. That's why the Father God sent him to the dark world. Allah, the other twin god, had the power in his hands to create. One time, Allah decided to visit his brother. From his beautifully crafted domain or territory, he went down to the next world where his twin is, which is very, very dark. It was so dark that even a god as powerful as Allah would have to create a spear of light from his hands to find his way. When at last he reached the darkest chamber where Rabbi stays, Allah was glad to see his brother, but was saddened to see that Rabbi had nothing but darkness. His brother allowed him to explore his place. I see nothing but an empty space, he told his brother. My dear brother, you know very well that my power does not include yours, Rabbi said. Then allow me to create something to make this world beautiful, Allah suggested. Rabbi agreed, so Allah started with this task. With his powerful hands, people, what did he do? He molded the mountains, deserts, cliffs, and hills. So si Alaw pala yung gumawa ng mga bundok, ng mga disyerto, ng cliff. Ang hirap ng cliff sa Tagalog eh. Basta cliff, di ba parang may mahuhulog ka doon, parang ganun. And hills. Parang burol yata yung hills. Okay. Do you approve of it, my brother? Parang gusto mo ba? Ganun. He asked. Well, I'm pleased. It's great, Rabbi answered. Aha. And the two, Alaw, tsaka sino yung isa, Rabbi, explored the new creations once more. Alaw sensed that the world was still. Parang di gumagalaw. There was a form, but it felt lifeless, walang buhay. He asked his twin if he could create something that blends. Ano kaya yun? Jasmine, ano kaya yung i-create nila na para mag-blend dun sa ginawa ni Alaw? Si Alaw ba yung gumawa? Yun. Ano kaya yung gagawin nila? Jasmine.
Mga tao po.
Mga tao? Let's find out kung mga tao nga. Okay?
Mga
Rabbi
goat.
agreed once more and his brother continued with his task. He created the trees, waterfalls, the river and animals and scattered them. Ano, dinistribute in all parts of the dark world. How do you find my creations? Alaw asked his brother. Parang ano sa tingin mo yung mga pinagagawa ko? It's well done, my brother, Rabbi answered. The two brothers saw that they need one more to complete the task. May kulang pa para makumpleto. We shall make a form that would look like us to help us guard these para daw mapangalagaan yung mga ginawa nila. Ah, so tama yata yung sinabi ni Samantha. So Alaw spent his time designing the first human form with gentleness and skill. When he was done, Rabbi placed them in various parts in the world. For some time, Rabbi studied them and saw that there's something that Allah failed to consider. It's very well done, my brother, Rabbi answered. The two brothers saw that they need one more to complete the task. We shall make a form that would look like us to help us guard these. So para mapangalagaan daw yung mundo. So tayo pala yung ine-expect ng mga laga ng mundo, ano? So Allah spent his time designing the first human form with gentleness and skill. When he was done, parang nabasa na natin to. Okay. For some time, they could hardly see in the dark, just like you, Rabbi said. Di daw tayo nakakita sa dilim. I gave them eyes, binigyan daw niya tayo ng mata to see the colors of the world, Allah said. Rabbi said nothing. So Allah entrusted, ang haba pala nito. Sige, basahin na natin. So Allah entrusted the creations to his brother while he decided to go back to their father and ask for light to the world, to the dark world, so that his design would be revealed. It took longer than he had expected, but Allah has not returned yet. Di pa rin bumabalik si Allah. Bakit kaya? Allah's twin studied his brother's crafts, yung mga gawa niyang mga tao. He decided to try if he could use his power to transform this creation so they could also see in the dark. They could also see in the dark. In that case, Allah would not have to ask for light. When he was done with the few, he saw that they were moving in the right direction, as if they could see yung mga tao. At first, he was pleased that it worked, but soon, he discovered that something was wrong. Ano kaya yung mali? They seemed to be moving under one's control, his control. When Allah came back and learned that his brother tampered with his creation, pinakialaman yung creation niya, this angered him. Would you also feel the same thing, Van Irvin? If like you created something and then one person would come in tapos would tamper your work? Or what would you feel? Would you also feel the same thing like Allah? Van,
Di po, sir.
seryoso ka ba? Kunyari gumawa ka tapos pinakialaman ng isang tao tapos pagbalik mo, okay lang sa yon, Van Irvin?
Paminsan-minsan lang po, sir.
Okay. Paminsan-minsan per Van Irvin. But let's see how Rabbi acted. Pero Rabbi says, at this point, nagalit siya. Kung si Van Irvin, paminsan-minsan, okay sa kanya, paminsan-minsan, nagagalit siya. Kay Rabbi, at that point, nagalit si Rabbi. Bakit kaya? Siyempre, pinakialaman nga yung gawa niya, di ba? So, yon. They had serious argument that ended in a battle. Naglaban sila. Who do you think would win? Chris, Asi. Asi, can you show yourself to the camera? Asi. Magkikik na talaga tayo ng mga hindi nagaan. O si Aliyah, Lexi Romero. O,
Nahihiya ako, sir.
Yes, sir.
Aliyah, ano sa tingin mo yung mangyayari sa paglalaban ni Rabbi tsaka ni Alaw?
May matatalo pong isa, syempre, sir.
Sino kayang matatalo?
Feeling ko po, sir, si
Bawal basahin
Rabbi
to,
po.
ah. Bawal mo nang tingnan to. Kailangan hindi pa alam kunyari. Sino sa tingin mo, Aliyah?
Si Rabbi po, yung mananalo, sir.
Rabay ang mananalo. Sabi ni Chris na iya siya, okay lang yun. They had serious argument that ended in a battle. Let's see kung tama yung guess ni Aliyah. The Father God knew, or yung prediction niya, that Alaw was at a disadvantage. Bakit? So he sent down light to the dark world. Kailangan may ilaw, di ba? Kasi nga, di ba si Rabbi, sanay siya sa dilim. Yun. He arbitrated between the two warring gods. Parang pumagitna siya sa naglalabang dalawang gods na anak niya. Di ba? This is my dominion or my territory and my brother wanted to take it, Rabbi said. I wanted to make this world beautiful, but you ruined my creations, Allah argued. Indeed, this yours and these creations are your brothers. Why? You can choose to share and exercise your powers to complement each other. After all, you're twins. The Father God told them. The two brothers finally reconciled and their father decided to give a part of the world to Allah and the other to Rabbi. So naghatian na lang sila. And so, there came the night and day. Kaya pala may araw at gabi. Araw at gabi. Kasi naghahati pala sila. Allah would rule the world during the day. Kaya pala alaw, tsaka parang araw. Rabbi, bakit rabbi? Di ba malayo siya sa gabi? Or Rabbi, gabi. Baka ganun, no? Rabbi, para sa gabi. Alaw, para sa araw. May ganun pala. Okay. So the Father God told them, the two brothers finally reconciled and their father decided to give a part of the world to Allah and the other to Rabbi or Rabbi. So pag gabi, si Rabbi yung magmamanage. Or time niya yun. Pag umaga, yun yung kay Allah. Para naghahatian sila. They share the two world. And so, there came the night and day. Allah would rule the world during the day and Rabbi during the night. And the remaining forms who were not tampered became the first humans, while the ones altered became the unseen creatures. Again, the remaining forms who were not tampered, yung mga hindi napakialaman, became the first humans. While the ones altered became the unseen creatures. Ay, katakot yung parang mga ghost, ganun. Kasi di ba yung mga altered, yun yung mga binago ni Rabbi. Yung parang nakokontrol niya yung mga taong yun. So parang mga ghost pala yun, no? Ang dami niyan. So, sa tingin nyo ba, do you believe in this story about how the world was created? Samantha, what's your impression of the story? Do you believe to this story as the one where the world was created?
Parang hindi po. Parang half-half po. 50% opo and 50% po hindi. Parang ganun
What
po.
made you say so? Bakit kaya?
Kasi
Ba't hindi
po,
ka na maniwala 101%? Ganun. Why?
kasi
Okay.
po, since parang prediction lang naman po ito, at parang wala naman pong sinabi na or napatunay na ito po na ayan po talaga yung nangyari.
Okay. So, para kay Samantha, parang she's standing in between. She cannot really say na I'm believing to this or this is not true. Parang she's not really certain. As it is with the way how we deal with myths and legends. Alam niyo ba, kunyari nakamit kayo ng, may nakita kayong kwento na, halimbawa, kwento ng mga Iloko kung paano nabuo yung mundo, bawal niyo sabihin na mali yun, tsaka hindi totoo yun. Kasi una, yung ibang tao, pinaniniwalaan nila na totoo yun. So, you cannot say na yung paniniwala ninyo mali. You can just try to understand it. You can try to comprehend it. But in terms of you saying na mali to, tama ito, is something that we should not really do over a myth or over a legend. Kunyari, sinabi natin, yung sa Bakunawa, if you watched it, sana pwede tayo mag-extend ng time, no? Kaso hindi na pala pwede. Kunyari, sasabihin ko na hindi naman totoo yung Bakunawa. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin hindi totoo yun. Kasi, paano kung totoo pala yun? Tsaka, masasaktan yung mga taong naniniwala para doon bilang bahagi ito ng kanilang kultura. Because this is a part of their culture, and for us to tell or for us to say that we don't believe that and we discredit that and that we declare even that it's not true would hurt them and would offend them, culturally speaking. Okay? Kaya ganun yung mito, tsaka mga alamat, pinapaliwanag nila mga bagay-bagay. This explains bakit may araw at gabi, di ba? So hitting the point. In most stories daw, characters talk or directly exchange words, whether directly or indirectly. For this task, i-identify ninyo what the two sons said, si Rabay tsaka si Alaw, to each other that would imply the conflict between them. Ipapakita yung pagtatalo or problemang kinaharap nila. 'Di ba? Kasi si Alaw si Rabay pinakialaman yung mga ginagawa ni Alaw, ganun. Write this in the dialogue boxes. Ay, ang galing, nag-drawing talaga yung gumawa nito, no? Include also what the father said that made them realize something important in the end. Yung parang naghatian na lang sila, di ba? The father arbitrated. And the dialogue boxes in part B is also for you to narrate. O, di ba ang ganda ng drawing? Yung father parang si Alaw na rin, no? So, okay, so basically gagawin niyo siya ng dialogue. Malinaw ba yon, Van Urbin Gonzalez and friends?
Yes po, sir.
Yeah, very good. Gagawa niyo siya. Pag nalilitan kayo sa space, ayan, may space dito. Ako ang ginagawa ko diyan pag nalilitan ako ng space, ginaganto ko. Ayan, ang haba ng pwede mong space. O, di ba? Ayan, o, di ba? Hindi ko na kailangan mag-space. O, kunyari, naliitan kayo dyan, lalagay nyo dito. O, lagi may space pa kayo dyan. O, di ba? So, para-paraan na lang din tayo dito. Okay? Ay, may biglang nagkaroon ng drawing. Ayan. Ang galing yung drawing. Okay. You will accomplish this part after doing the task of what is it. Kasi, lalagyan nyo ng dialogue yan. Yan. Ganda ng mga mukha, no? Bilis ng oras, guys. 5 minutes na lang. Naku. Okay. Direct speech at saka indirect speech saka pronouns. So ano ba yung mga yan? Malalaman yun. Ibilisan ko guys ha, kasi syempre alam nyo naman, di ko hawak yung oras. Di naman tayo nagsayang ng oras, di ba? Kita nyo kulang na kulang yung oras ng isang oras ng mabilisan. Ito yung direct speech, first person, second person. Ito yung indirect speech, paano siya ginagawang indirect or reported speech. So pwede nyo yung basahin dyan. Ayan. Pagkatapos yung mabasa yan, syempre malalaman nyo paano yung direct tsaka reported speech. Ayan. Ayan. My mother asked me. Ito yung mga sample. Ito, direct to. Ito, ginawa siyang indirect. Ayan, mga sample para magkaroon kayo ng idea paano ba yung direct, ginagawang indirect. At ito rin, yung mga sample. Ito, direct ito, ginawa niyang indirect. O, di ba? Nagkakaroon kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung, paano ba gawing direct or indirect. Okay? At ito rin yung mga kunyari, naka-past tense siya or any tense to. Ito past tense sample, past tense, present tense. Paano ba kapag ganun yung tense? So nagkakaroon tayo ng idea. Di ba 2:20 pa naman sunod na klase ninyo? Pwede tayo mag-extend ng konti, di ba? Tama, nape-pressure ako sa time eh.
Kasi sir, ano naman po, wala pa naman po kami susunod na pasok.
Wala ba kayong next class? Ako may next class ng 2:20. Alam nyo, iniisip ko nga. Next time kaya, i-merge natin yung klase ng dalawang sections para mas matagal yung klase. Nag-agree ba kayo? Kaso kasi baka may klase kayo sa sunod ng klase. So I can hold you only for a time. It's limited. It cannot be unlimited as I wish to.
Supplementary pa naman sir po at saka remediation sir. Susunod po
Sir,
ngayon.
supplementary
Kasi
po.
'di ba? Yeah, you feel 'di ba maganda yung lesson? Do you agree? Grade 7.
Yes sir.
Oo.
Yes.
Pero kahit gaano kaganda yung ang dami ko pang samples actually. Parang ito Gusto niyo pakitaan ko kayo ng sample ng meat? Tingnan niyo to people. Kung meat lang din ang usapan. Ito guys. Ilang minutes to? Panoorin niyo to. Meat to maganda. Siyempre commercial yan. Hindi yan yung papanoorin natin.
Yan, sir.
Hindi yan. Hinihintay nga natin mag-skip ad eh. Ayan. O panoorin nyo to. 18 minutes kasi. Sige.
Nakakita na ba kayo ng isang eclipse? O yung bahagya o ganap na pagdilim ng kalangitan? Tungkol diyan ang kwento natin ngayon. Ang pamagat, ang bakunawa, at ang 7 buwan.
Noong unang panahon, may isang maunlad at tahimik na bayan na kung tawagin ay Banwa. Biniyayaan ito ni Bathala ng 7 buwan. Nasanay na akong kay tagal na nakatago sa ilalim.
Naririnig nyo ba? Pala?
Opo sir, may
Okay.
inalang
Yes,
po.
sir.
Lakasan natin ha. Ito yung kwento ng Bakunawa. Tapos pinapaliwanag natin, bakit yung buwan natin isa lang? Kasi dati daw yung buwan natin 7. 7 yata or 8. Yung pinakita kanina. So papaliwanag niya, bakit may isang buwan lang daw tayo?
Kakasawa na itong daigdig kong gulay itim. Ngunit ano ito? Hindi isa, kundi 7. 7 buwan na magpapago ng mundo. O mga buwan sa langit, sa gabi ilangiting ng tadhana. Walang tinig, umawit, walang paa, ngunit tila sumasayaw. Simula sa gabing ito, akin kayo!
Ako ba dito sa mga? Sige. Ay, hinandamit ako ng
Akin kayo! Wow! Akin kayo!
bago naman to. Nakadamit, andawan mo na lang. Dadali na natin sa
Ay, gaganda talaga ng mga buwan mo yan. Pinagmamahalag nila ang langit na madilim. Ano kaya kung kainin ko ang isa at dalhin ko ang liwanag nito sa ilalim ng dagat? Siguro makakapansin. Pwede.
Bulan, uuwi na kami. Oo nga, baka hinahanap na kami sa amin. Sige na, laro pa tayo. Maliwanag naman, no? Bukas na lang. Sige, Bulan, uwi na kami. Ayoko pang umuwi. Di pa ako inaantok. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim, pito. Ano kayang magandang laruin ko? Alam ko na! Bakunawa! Bakunawa! Kinakain ng bakunawa ang mga baboy!
Nasaan? Nasaan ang Bakunawa?
Nagbalik na ang halimaw ng karagatan!
Bulan! Saan mo nakita ang Bakunawa?
Biro lang! Wala namang bakunawa eh!
Ano? Ginising mo kaming lahat? Biro lang?
Halika ng bata ka!
Nang masigurong tulog na ang lahat sa banwa, muling umahon sa dagat ang Bakunawa upang gawin ang kanyang balak.
Sa wakas, lumiwanag din dito. Sawang-sawa na ako sa dilim, no? Bah!
So, pwede niyong panoorin mamaya yan, okay? Dahil kulang na yung time natin, ganyan yung meat. So, pinapaliwanag dyan na dati daw, 7 yung buwan, tapos, yun nga, kinain siya ng bakunawa, kaya naging ano na lang, naging isa na lang. So,
Totoo po ba yung bakunawa?
diba, pag myth or legend, hindi natin masasabi na tama ba siya or hindi. Kasi, may mga particular na tao na naniniwala doon at para sabihin natin na hindi siya totoo, would offend them, and at the same time, hindi naman siya proven unless ma-prove talaga siya. Kasi hindi naman, parang ano it's like a work and wonder Tsaka paniniwalang cultural to. So, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na mali siya, tama siya, or ganun siya. Kasi nga, it's good for you to know, pero hindi mo pwede, parang halimbawa, yung eto, panibagong sample. Wait lang, tagal ng computer ko. Another sample, kung matagal yung time natin, pwede ako makapag-discuss sa inyo talaga ng maraming samples na to. Tingnan nyo to. Last time nangyari to nung nagkaroon ng eruption sa eruption parang nag-usok sa Mount Mayon. Tapos, actually, nakontak ko yung nagpicture nito Hiningan ko ng permission para gamitin yung picture nito. Naire-relate nila si Mount Mayon tsaka si Ulap dito. So sabi nila, si Magayon tsaka si Pangaranon ay totoo sila. Pero hindi mo naman talaga sila makikita pag nagpunta ka doon. Pero hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na hindi sila totoo kasi yung mga tao sa Bicol, naniniwala sila dito sa mga to. Nagigets ninyo?
Opo, sir.
Kasi ang kwento nito, sinasabi na yung Mount Mayon daw ay na-form, dati daw siya, plain daw siya. Tapos dahil sa pagmamahalan ni Magayon tsaka Panganoron, tumaas daw siya dahil sa love nilang dalawa to one another. Kaya yung shape ng Mount Mayon ay sobrang majestic dahil yun sa pagmamahalan daw ni Ulap tsaka ni Magayon. Di ba ang galing? So, yung mga ganun guys, okay? Stephanie, may question ba? Ayan. So ito lang, direct speech tsaka indirect speech, paano siya kino-convert doon. Dito, i-write niyo yung correct pronoun. Halimbawa, are you willing to join us? Joanne asked me if she was with. Are you willing to join us? Joanne asked me. Joanne asked me if she was willing to join us. Anong sagot dito? Are you willing to join us? Joanne asked me if I was willing to join them. Okay? Sir, 7 months to be impossible po. Yes, pero syempre nga, myth siya or legend siya. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na mali siya talaga kasi nga, cultural kasi yun eh. Yun yung parang paniniwala ng mga tao. So we need to respect that. Ganon. Write the correct connector to complete the indirect speech. Ayan. So, kunyari, who, which, why, where, when, how, and that ba? Dinidiscuss ko to sa relative pronouns, panibagong topic. If you will search Teacher JM ESL, search for the relative pronouns, diniscuss ko yan, or pronouns, yung topic na to. Next, write the correct form of the verb in the indirect. Ang grabe, ang bilis ng oras, no? Hindi mo kaya ma-discuss that. Write the correct form of verb in the indirect speech. Kunyari dito, Emma said, my mother told. Okay. Okay. Emma said, okay, that her mother told her to be careful with the people she met. Ah. So, kunyari, told yun dito. My mother told me to be careful with people. Emma said, my mother told. Emma said that her mother told her. Dapat had told na to. Kasi magiging past perfect na siya. Had told her to be careful with people she meets. Okay? Mga ganun. So, alamin ninyo yan kung past. Ito, parang ito, past to past or past perfect. Okay? Na-discuss ko na rin yan dun sa tenses, yung simple past, simple present, simple future, yung past, simple past perfect. Panoorin nyo yun. Next, ito yung quiz, sasagutan nyo lang to. Don't break my trust, Aunt Lottie told my cousin. Aunt Lottie told my cousin not to break her trust. Kasi yung my tumutukoy kay Aunt Lottie. And Aunt Lottie is a woman, kaya her ang gagamitin nating pronoun. Okay? So, yun yung gagawin natin for dito. Yung, ayan. Okay. Mag-attendance pa tayo. Ang haba ng module nyo, guys. Tapos, ano, nahabaan ba kayo? Ang hirap niya i-discuss. Ha? Ang hirap niya i-discuss in... Mahirap siyang i-discuss in one session.
Yun lang po, sir.
Yung ano, ang daming topic.
May i-discuss po ng one session.
Oo. Yung teachers nyo ba sa ibang subjects nahihirapan din mag-discuss ng lahat ng topics? Una, meron kayong direct and indirect speech. Tapos nag-discuss kayo ng meet tsaka ng legend. Tapos nag-discuss pa dito ng pronouns. Tapos nag-discuss pa ng connectors. 4 topics, guys. Alam nyo ba, kada isang topic nito, meet and legend nga, 1 session na eh. 1 session, nasa 2 to 3 hours yan actually. Pero sa high school, gagawin lang 1 hour. Diba? Parang 4-5 topics all in one. So, Teacher JM ESL, yung mga topics na to na-discuss na natin doon. Okay? Ningingitian ko na lang sa dami ng topics. Okay. Next, do you know the capital of China? Someone asked me. Anong gagawin niya dito? Yung quoted part daw, declarative statement. Okay? Nagde-declare. Pasalaysay. Pangusap na pasalaysay. So, gagamit kayo ng that. The verbs made and said were both in the past tense. So, the quoted part verb made is changed to past perfect tense. Had made. O basta ayusin nyo lang yung verb dito. Okay? Pero nandito yung option yan. Itatransfer nyo yung direct speech to indirect speech. Ito, magiging guide ninyo sa pagsagot ng 6 to 9. Tapos ito, quiz number 2. May quiz 2 pa. Guys. Dito, correct pronoun in the indirect speech na-stress ako. Buti na lang, mag-check na lang tayo ng attendance, guys. Okay. Check the box that has the correct pronoun in the indirect speech. Correct pronoun in the indirect speech. So, kunyari, eto, where are they heading to? Drake asked me. So, dito, eto yung direct speech. Wait lang. Ito yung indirect speech. Ito yung direct speech. So, i-check nyo dito yung tamang pronoun. Ano dito? Ano dito yung option na may tamang pronoun? Yun yung gagawin nyo dyan. Tapos dito, isasulat nyo yung direct speech dito sa mga indirect speeches sa bawat number. Dami, no? So, ito, may guide naman kayo. Okay?
Sir, next time, sir, pwede naman po dalawahan ulit online class. Para po, sir, tuloy-tuloy po.
Ano ulit nga?
Yung sinabi mo, sir, po kanina, sir, pwede naman po sa next Monday po, magturo ka na po, sabay-sabay na po, di ba, sir?
Sarsuela? Anong sarsuela? Ulit nga. Palakasan, di ko marinig. Ulit?
Para sir, ano po sir, sa Monday po sir, tuloy-tuloy na po subject namin. Pwede naman po tayo mag-extend kasi po, ano lang naman po sir, supplementary po at saka remediation po sa amin.
Ay, oo nga, no? Oo nga, no? We'll consider that. Pero sa iba yung subjects, nag-one session lang ba kayo? Ng online?
Tapos po namin sir lahat po eh. Module lang tapos
TLE
na
po sir, 3 sessions po.
TLE 3 sessions, guys, online?
Yes po.
Yung mga topics na to, makikita nyo to online. So, kayang-kaya yan, pati yung mga topics na to na ipaliwanag na sa channel. Kunyari, sinasabi ko, di ba, relative pronouns, panoorin nyo yun. Pag pinanood nyo yun, may masasagutan nyo siya. Ganun talaga, basic na lang yung pagpapaliwanag ko kasi kita nyo naman haba niya, di ba? Alam nyo, to be honest, yung mga pamangkin ko rin also are having difficulty. Ako yung tumutulong sa kanila magsagot. Ang dami nyo palang aaralin, no? Talaga, sobra, no?
Kaya mo yan sir magturo sir, English subject ka naman po eh.
Oo nga. Kinakaya natin at kakayanin natin kahit mahirap, no? Okay. So dito tayo, direct speech. So anong option dito? Sabi dito, huwag kayong mag-drawing ng ganyan, guys. Okay. You will see here a part of a story, bahagi ng kwento, merong pag-usap among 3 characters, may gagawin kayong mga task pagkatapos nyo magbasa. First, you need to write a story following the format of the direct speech. From direct speech, isusulat nyo siya, i-rewrite nyo siya to an indirect speech. Pagkatapos nun, note that some lines are underlined. Yung ibang linya naka-underlined. Ito yung mga bahagi that you will use in answering, gagamitin ninyo sa pagsagot. You will also follow the present form of the verb in the introductory part of the direct speech. Kailangan present form yung simula. Guys, kayo ba to ng grade 7? Parang feeling ko parang masyadong complicated yung module na paggawa.
Sir.
Ako yung gumawa ng module 1 ninyo. Naalala niyo ba yung module 1? Sa buong Makati, ako yung gumawa nun. Etong module 5, bakit parang kakaiba yung format? Ewan ko lang. Parang feeling ko mahirapan magsagot yung grade 7 for this. Pero we're here to help you, okay? Yun. So, ganun yung magiging instructions for that. Basta, ang idea, direct gawin yung indirect, indirect gawin yung direct. Yun lang yun. Okay? Same answers. Irrelevant na para maging sobrang haba nito. Eto. Think of someone who gives. Dapat nga who gives. Oh. Oy, nagko-correct ba si Sir Grapia ngayon? Ha? Grade 7? Ano dapat to? Give or gives? Gives yan, singular. Gives, diba?
Sir, give lang po.
Kaya nga dapat gives. Oh, hindi porket kaya may improvement, kailangan i-improve, okay? So tell me what he or she has told you. Your answers to be place your answers in the dialogue box. At the left if you're a girl and at the right if you're a boy. Not on. At ang gagamiting preposition. Okay? Dito tayo, quiz 4. Ang dami niyong quizzes, ang haba. Okay? Okay. So basically, try to comprehend that. Next. You're more confident. Okay. O paano nyo ba dinidistinguish ang direct speech sa reported speech? Yung tenses, di ba? Yung structure. Nagbabago. What I need to remember, pag, kunyari, nagre-report kayo ng speech, yung indirect speech, kapag ka yung structure, anong tatandaan nyo sa structure nyo? Yeah, sorry. Dito naman, ano ba yung kahalagaan nun kapag sa communication? Ganun. So, wala siya. What I can do pa. Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Or nawala ako? Hello?
Ikaw po sir nasa Shopee.
Recording nga, okay. Eto din, babasahin nyo siya, okay? Basta titingnan nyo yung direct at indirect speech sa mga samples, sa mga na to, stories na to, okay? Or text na to. Hala, may 150 story to try out pa. Grabe.
Sir, parang yung sa module, kulang naman. Wala po yung ibang nandyan po sa share screen nyo po.
Seryoso ba?
sir.
Kulang po yung sa akin, sir.
O sa akin kompleto.
Ako,
So, i-forward ko na lang sa inyo ah. Ang dami kasi 38 pages. Nung gumawa kami ng module, nung ako gumawa ng module, nilimit kami ng 10. Kasi to 38 pages.
10
Sunship.
lang din po yung sa akin, sir.
Oo nga. So yun, 38 pages. Ang dami, di ba? Send ko na lang sa inyo yung soft copy nito. Tapos sasagutan nyo yung 1, 2, etong dulo. Pag may mga tanong kayo, nandyan ang Teacher JM ESL. Kaya ginawa natin yung page na yun. Tama ba, Aliyah, Lexi?
Opo, sir.
Para saan yung Teacher JM ESL? Ayan, para sa mga katanungan ninyo. Kunyari, ano ba yung active or passive voice? Teka lang, 220 na. Pwede mag-attendance lang ng mabilis. Ang haba ng module, tinapos ko lang.
Opo, sir.
Okay
Pwede
lang ba?
naman, sir.
Sorry. Okay, i-end na natin yung session.